Welcome to today's Psych with Sigmund, where we delve into the fascinating world of psychology and explore the intricacies of the human mind. I'm your host, Sigmund, and today we're going to talk about a phenomenon that affects us all, often without us even realizing it: emotional contagion. Emotional contagion refers to the tendency for humans to automatically and unconsciously mimic and synchronize the emotions of others. This can happen through facial expressions, body language, tone of voice, and even brain activity. When we're around someone who is experiencing strong emotions, our brains pick up on those emotional cues and can't help but mirror them. It's as if our emotions are catching the emotions of others, much like a cold or flu. But why is emotional contagion important in psychology? Well, it has significant implications for our social interactions, relationships, and even our mental health. By understanding how emotional contagion works, we can better navigate complex social situations, build stronger relationships, and even improve our emotional well-being. The concept of emotional contagion has its roots in the field of social psychology, where researchers have been studying the ways in which humans interact with each other and influence one another's emotions. One of the key theorists behind emotional contagion is psychologist Elaine Hatfield, who first introduced the concept in the 1990s. Since then, numerous studies have explored the mechanisms and consequences of emotional contagion, shedding light on its role in shaping our emotional experiences. From a theoretical perspective, emotional contagion can be understood through several psychological frameworks. When we encounter someone who is experiencing strong emotions, our empathetic response kicks in, allowing us to imagine how they're feeling and mirror their emotional state. Another important framework is the concept of mirror neurons, which are brain cells that fire both when we perform an action and when we observe someone else performing the same action. This neural mechanism allows us to simulate the emotions and actions of others, effectively catching their emotions through a process of neural resonance. Research on emotional contagion has yielded some fascinating findings. For example, studies have shown that when we're exposed to emotional stimuli, such as a sad movie or a funny joke, our brain activity mirrors the emotional state of the stimulus. This means that if we're watching a sad movie, our brain is actually processing the sadness, even if we're not consciously aware of it. Other research has explored the role of emotional contagion in social interactions, such as in therapy sessions or business meetings. For instance, therapists often use emotional contagion to their advantage by mirroring their clients' emotions, building trust, and fostering deeper connections. By acknowledging and reflecting back a client's emotions, therapists can create a safe and supportive environment that facilitates healing and growth. In our personal lives, being aware of emotional contagion can also help us navigate social situations more effectively. Imagine walking into a meeting where everyone seems stressed or anxious. By acknowledging the emotional contagion at play, you can take a step back, breathe, and choose not to catch those emotions. Instead, you might even try to subtly shift the atmosphere by injecting some positivity and calmness. For instance, if you're in a conversation with someone who is clearly upset or angry, you could try to empathize with their feelings while also maintaining your own emotional balance. You might say something like, "I can see that you're really upset about this. I'm here to listen and support you." By acknowledging the other person's emotions without taking them on, you can create a safe space for them to express themselves while also protecting your own emotional well-being. It's worth noting that emotional contagion can also have negative consequences, such as when we catch anxiety or stress from others. This is often referred to as emotional contagion overload, where we become overwhelmed by the emotions of those around us. In such cases, it's essential to develop strategies for managing our emotional boundaries and maintaining a sense of emotional awareness. In conclusion, emotional contagion is a powerful psychological phenomenon that affects us all. By understanding how it works, we can build stronger relationships, navigate complex social situations, and even improve our emotional well-being. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, may your ego find balance between pleasure and reality.